Hello everyone, it is Susan here and welcome to my channel, Susan Hiles Art. So in this crafty chit chat and slow stitching video, we're going to work on the last block, 3.5-inch square, for this wonderful, fun, chunky little journal. So I have all the pages, I'll say all of the blocks are sewn together with the additional piece of fabric that we're going to use to sew the spine. And this is what it looks like so far, nice and chunky. And this is going to be added to it, so it's going to be even chunkier. And then this last block right here. So what's going to happen is this is going to be the back page of the journal. So let me scoot over this way just a little bit. So this will be the back page. And so it's going to go like this. So there's going to be a page in here. And this that we're going to work on today is going to be opposite this. And then this will be the opposite to that. So we're doing really, really, really good. What I haven't done yet is cut another piece of the fabric. Let's see, do I have something really quick right here that I could use? It's probably not wide enough. Well, I don't know that I'm ready to do that right now, but yeah, so we're doing good. This is the front, and the pages will be sewn together here. And then what I was thinking, and you guys can tell me your thought on this, is so it's going to be sewn, right, like this, right? And I was thinking that I could possibly, instead of just sewing this, like I was going to do cross stitches down it, which I think would look pretty. But then I was thinking, well, it would be also nice to maybe have some lace on here. And so I could even put something like this to where it goes over the edge and almost looks more like a real spine to a book, because it would look something like this. So do you like the full spine effect? Or I was even thinking just having a little extra lace on the front with something like, now I don't know if this is exactly what I would use, but just to give you an idea. So I would like tuck a piece of lace under, and well, it's a little hard to do, but it would be something like that. It's falling. But it would look more like that. So do you think that that would look better as the spine with just the lace on the top? Or did you like the lace going around it? Or just kind of leave off the lace and do, you know, some cross stitches down there? Now here's a different, this is a little bit more of an off-white. I think I like this one more. Well, it's similar, it's really close. But anyway, let me know what you think, because I'm kind of like trying to figure that out. One thing that I definitely do like, I like the way, well, when this all goes together, there's going to be, you know, laces and stuff sticking out, and I like that a lot. So maybe on this one, if I think about it, we can do some more sticking out. like I don't really have much sticking out from the top. It's really more from the side, which is fine. But, all right, so, you know, I'm trying to use up flowers, right, in this whole little journal. And so I would really like to use this. And so it's big and it takes up a good amount of the block, right? So, I've been thinking, like, I don't really know what I want to do. I'm not really sure. So, I mean, I have this piece. It's like a piece of lace. Now, if you hear kids yelling, 2 houses over, they have a pool out back, and the kids are out there, and they're like screaming and hollering. So don't be alarmed. Do not be alarmed. So, like, I could even use this and somehow make it, I don't know. I don't know. Let's say I did something like this, just where I scrunch it a little, but let it hang over the edges a little bit as well. So if I did that, I mean, that's pretty. It's hard, might be a little hard for you to see that lace. But what else could I add to it? Now here's a button. So here's a flower I thought I would add with that. Now that looks super pretty. I like that. But I feel like I need more. So I have this out. I don't know if I want it though. I don't know. So I could do just where it sticks out, maybe on the top and on the bottom. I don't know. I don't know that I like that. I kind of like it on this white side, like it's very white. I mean, there's other colors in there, but I do like that a lot, actually. So now I have to think about this. So which side is going to be the outside? So I feel like I have it upside down again. It's very easy to put this upside down. So it goes like that. Okay. So then this here on the right is going to be the outside. Yes, because this additional piece is going to be sewn on the left. So I could put some of this very pale green lace. So I like that. I'm thinking that this might be good. I mean, you know, yeah. So I think what I'll do, I kind of like it just the way that it is. I'm just going to take off the flower and the button. And maybe I'll stick a needle or two. And, you know, this is like not even like cut nice or anything, but I like it. So I could do something like that. And when I have it like this, oops, wait, let me do that again. You know, I'm a little distracted. I have to tell you why. I just got off of a Zoom, a family Zoom, where, you know, I have, it's my relatives and from the US, and we do this, I don't know, every few months, whatever, but we do it because I have relatives in Poland, and in the Ukraine. And so we do it so that we can, you know, get together with those relatives. And for the most part, they, especially our relatives in Poland, they can speak and write English quite well, especially the younger they are, because we have multiple generations that we get together with. So the younger that they are, it seems the better English that they speak. And today, our Polish relatives, they were coming back from vacation, so they weren't on. But for the first time, my cousins from Ukraine were on. Now, they were kind of on one time before, but it was different because my Polish relative had my Ukraine relative on FaceTime. And that's how we met her, our Ukraine relative, for the first time. In person, if you want to call it that. It really isn't in person, right? Because, well, I mean, it was, but she was on FaceTime and we were all on Zoom. But it was super cool. But this time, her son helped her get directly onto Zoom. And so it was our first time speaking with her directly. And oh my God, it's so humbling. It's so, I mean, there were several times where my eyes just filled up, and but for good and bad, right? So not only was I so happy to be able to talk with my cousin. She would be like a second cousin, or maybe even a third cousin. So her mother and my mother would have been, I'll say it this way, and if you can figure this out, you can let me know. So her grandfather, great-grandfather? Her grandfather was my grandfather's brother. So I guess that makes us maybe even once removed, cousins once removed. I don't know. If you guys know, but it doesn't really matter. But I would like to know if you know, because I get confused with that. But so it was very, very emotional. I mean, they're doing great. They live in Lviv, which is towards the west of Ukraine, very near Poland. And so they're not on the east of Ukraine, where we see all of those horrible, reports coming from. And, but there's times where they'll hear bombs. They sometimes don't have power because their power is controlled. And so they might not have, lights or any power. Just very humbling. And to be able to speak with her, and her son was there, so we could see him. He did not speak to us, so not directly to us. So I don't know if he knows English, but he's 49. She's 72 and he's 49. So I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't interested in talking to us. I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm not going to try to figure it out. But of course, we're very thankful that he helped her get onto the Zoom with us. And, you know, I mean, they're fine. We've sent them money in the past, more when the war first started. And so, you know, they don't need anything. You know, we ask, you know, what do you need? What can we send? What can we do? And so they have money. They don't need money. They have money. And we asked today if there's food in the food stores, and she said yes. So I don't know. That's all I can tell you. All I can tell you is what she told us. And I mean, they look healthy and they're fine. And yeah, so it's just very, 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 very humbling. And of course, my heart goes out to them. And yeah, so, and it was good. She had very broken English, but you know, like we couldn't use like big words, so we would have to say, like, I was asking her if she had a garden, and I don't know that she understood. I think she did after we tried to explain it a little bit more. So like I said, like I started saying like tomatoes, lettuce, and then I said food, and she goes, oh yes, we have a garden. So she knew the word. I don't know, you know. So anyway, it was very, very, very interesting and very humbling, and I'm so thankful to get to converse and get to know my Ukraine relatives, because I know my Polish relatives quite well. We have a lot of family in Poland. The only people that came over from Poland in the early 1900s was my grandfather, my grandmother, and my grandmother's sister, who lived across the street from my grandmother, who lived in the house next door to me first, and then the house that I am in was my grandparents' house. So I bought my grandparents' house, their second house here. Their first house here is next to me, and my cousin bought that. And so, yeah, so we have a lot of relatives in Poland. Oops, I probably shouldn't have done that. I don't know why I just did that. Wait a minute. Let me undo this a little bit and kind of think about what I'm doing here. So, yeah, so both sides, so both of my grandparents, both of their families, they live in different areas in Poland and the Ukraine, but actually my grandfather was the one that he was born in Lviv, but at that time it was Poland, so that border, Poland's here and Ukraine is here, and Lviv is close, you know, I don't know, 50 miles maybe from the Polish border. And when my grandfather was born, the boundary, he was born in Poland, but that boundary has moved. And it's just very, oh my God, it's just so interesting. Sorry, I don't, you know, it's just super interesting. And you know, we have, with the other side of my Polish family, which is my grandmother's side. So today, the Zoom was with my grandfather's side of the family. But my grandmother's side of the family, we have a Facebook group with them. And it's just amazing. That's all I can say. It's just amazing. And so we share a lot of pictures, we share a lot of history. My one distant cousin from Poland, from my grandmother's side of the family, she did Ancestry.com, and it's just, oh, it's just so interesting to see everybody. And then, my mother would keep, like, so back in the day, my mother would send, this was when I was young, a young teenager, and it was, communist at that point, and they didn't have anything. They didn't have food, they didn't have clothes, they didn't have, and my mother would send boxes. I remember her doing this. She would send boxes of, like, food, like tea, and stuff like non-perishable stuff, and clothes. Like, they couldn't get, like, a pair of jeans. Anything jean related was huge. I remember her sending clothes like that over, and then she would only send, like, about $5, because she never knew, because they would check boxes. They would open them up and to see what's in them. And so she never trusted that the money would actually make it to our relatives. So she would only send like $5, but $5 to them, especially at that point, was a lot. So, I don't know if they ever said if they got it or not, but they would write letters back and forth, and of course the letters would come here in Polish. And my aunt, who was the eldest of my mother's siblings, she could read the letters, and yeah, so just very interesting. I find it very humbling. Here we are on Zoom, and we're talking to relatives so far away, another part of the world, in a horrible situation right now. And it was just such a blessing, such a blessing. So that's the scoop on that. It's, like I say, very humbling, and I don't know. I don't know. It was very emotional, I'll say that. Very emotional. Okay, so now I have this done, except for this button. So I'm hoping that this, yeah, it'll go through. Let's see if I can get this sewn on. And, I'm going to move the button for a second. I have so many layers I'm going through right here that it's hard. And now my cousins on this side of me, they're outside on their deck, so now you might hear them talking. It's not that close, but still. Sound travels. And that's their dog. It's not quiet around here, which is fine by me. You get a feel for my family. Yeah, that's their dog, and they're going to yell at the dog because it's a husky, beautiful white dog, but it's still a baby. So, yeah, a puppy, I guess I should say. But anyways, so that's the scoop. And as far as my garden, I'm starting to get tomatoes and string beans, and I have lots of sunflowers. I can't get this through here again. I might have to just leave it. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it with going just once through that button, because I can't do it again. I can't get through there. Too much fabric. One thing I'm seeing is that I do want to sew this down just a little bit, this piece right here, because I like it. And I don't know, I guess I just want it to sew it down just a little bit. So I'm going to tack that down. And yeah, and then so the next time, next Monday, when I come back on, we're going to do the spine. So I hope you guys leave me your suggestions for what to do with the spine. And like as far as lace, no lace, what to do. So, yeah, and everything's loud too because, well, all the windows are open. It happens to be a beautiful day. All right, so that's that. So I have to go and find a piece of fabric, which will go here, and then these will go side by side. So let me know what you think. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. All right, so I really like that they're all so different, right? They're all so different. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know. Wait, let me zoom back out a little bit. Okay, so that's it for today. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next Monday, and we're going to wrap this up, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do next. All right, thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderfully blessed week. Bye-bye.